This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Good day, I'm Elena Rusk. More than 21 federal and state search warrants were served and multiple arrests made this morning at least 2 locations in Bakersfield. It's part of what the Bakersfield Police Department is describing as a gang enforcement operation involving at least 9 local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies. Agents from Homeland Security, the U.S. Marshal's Office, DEA, FBI, local law enforcement, and more descended on Baker and Irene Streets, where a dozen suspects were detained and what appears to be illegal gambling machines were confiscated. Enforcement officials also went to a location at Lincoln Street in East Bakersfield at this same time. The BPD will be holding a press conference at 2 p.m. tomorrow to further discuss the federal operation and the results from today. We'll follow this story closely on our website, kget.com. And now to our ongoing coverage of the fentanyl crisis in Kern County. A new study by the Pasadena-based nonprofit Song for Charlie suggests the dangers of fentanyl are still not widely understood by young Americans. 2/3 of Gen Zers, that's people in the age of 13 to 24, are aware of the drug-related deaths involving fentanyl, but only half are aware of fentanyl being used to create counterfeit pills. At the same time, 60% know of people of their age taking prescription meds that are not authorized for them to take, and 45% know someone who has done so. Accidental poisoning among teens nearly doubled in the first year of the COVID-19 pandemic and continues to rise by 20% in 2021. 80% of those deaths among teens involve fentanyl, a higher rate than any other age group. Now, fentanyl was a big concern for parents this past Halloween as law enforcement across the country have been seeing a surge of rainbow-colored fentanyl that resembles candy. However, the Bakersfield Police Department tells us it did not conduct any investigations or seizures related to fentanyl on Monday. And the City of Arvin says its transit staff is now trained to spot possible opioid overdoses. City officials say all Arvin transit buses are now equipped with Narcan, the overdose reversal spray. In 2018, the acting police chief introduced the Narcan program to the Arvin Police Department. The city says it is being used to save countless lives. A woman who shot and killed her daughter's boyfriend last year was sentenced this morning to 40 years to life in prison for it. On the morning of August 10th, 2021, 29-year-old Javante Travell Green was shot in the head during a confrontation outside of his home on I Street. In a copy of a letter obtained by 17 News, Geraldine Hunt wrote she fired the deadly shot while defending her daughter, saying, quote, "I am a mother, not a murderer." Hunt's sister, Cynthia Stewart, spoke through tears outside the courtroom today, saying Hunt carried a gun because she had previously been robbed and suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. Read more about this case on our website, kget.com. Nearly 1,000 Rosedale residents woke up without power this morning. If you were there and you're wondering what was going on, PG&E's preliminary investigation determined the outage was caused by the stormy weather, with a large section of the west side losing power at 5:40 a.m., but it was restored by about 8 a.m. Local veterans were served breakfast this morning, courtesy of Honor Flight Kern County. Beautiful, a performance by the Veterans Family Band. The Honor Flight breakfast takes place the first Thursday of every month, with community members serving the veterans at the Elks Club downtown, including our own Robert Price, there to serve them today. All right, and you can support our events by buying dinner tonight, as the Kern County World War II Veterans Memorial Committee is teaming up with the Greater Bakersfield Republican Assembly for a fundraiser at the Salties on White Lane. Just stop by between 6 to 9 tonight to grab a $40 plate, which includes tri-tip, chicken, beans, salad, a dinner roll, and a drink. Proceeds will support the Kern County World War II Veterans Memorial being built downtown at Jastrow Park. And another fundraiser this evening will be benefiting JJ's Legacy. The annual Grillin' and Brewin' event is happening at a new location this year, the Iron Lily venue, downtown on 24th Street. But organizers say you can expect the same delicious barbecue meal prepared by the Ridge Root Boys. The popular Kelly Twins dueling pianos will also return again this year for another night of entertainment. The event begins at 5. There are still a few tickets available, they say, which will be $85 at the door. Funds raised tonight support the Got the Dot High School Leadership Program and Club, educating local students about the need and importance of registering to become an organ, eye, and tissue donor.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OB/GYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
Well, in business news, applications for jobless benefits fell slightly last week, with the U.S. job market remaining resilient in the face of rising interest rates and persistent inflation. Today, the Labor Department reported unemployment claims for the week ending October 29th fell by 1,000 to 217,000, and the four-week moving average ticked down by 500 to about 218,000. Considered a proxy for layoffs, applications for jobless claims have remained historically low this year, even as the Federal Reserve has cranked up its benchmark borrowing rate 6 times in its effort to cool the economy and tame inflation. Now, down to LAX, it may be one of the busiest airports in the nation, but according to a new report, it's also the most expensive. A new study from tech firm Smart Asset found that 2 California airports, LAX and Fresno Yosemite International, have seen some of the largest airfare increases in the nation year over year. The average domestic flight out of LAX is $448. That's 42% higher than a year ago and about $50 more than the national average. Experts say it's a good idea to shop around and look at smaller regional airports to see if you can get a better deal. Well, now to health news. Cases of the respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, are filling up children's hospitals across the country. But there could soon be a vaccine to protect the most vulnerable. Pfizer announced promising data about its recent trials for the first maternal RSV vaccine. Researchers say the vaccine, when given to pregnant women, protected their babies from getting severe RSV by up to 80% in the first 3 months of life and 70% up to age 6, when babies are most vulnerable. RSV is the #1 cause of hospitalizations for infants in the U.S. All right, let's transition a bit and take a look at the latest COVID-19 case numbers here locally, as Kern County Public Health updated their dashboard this morning to reflect 561 new positive cases and 5 new deaths. State data shows we have 30 patients hospitalized with the virus and 2 listed in local intensive care units. And a reminder, our next and final debate happening tonight. The 3 candidates running for Bakersfield City Council Ward 7 will be here in our KGET studio for a live debate at 7. Facing off will be Tim Collins, Manpreet Kaur, and Raj Gill. If you have a question you want us to ask the candidates tonight, send us an email to 17news@kget.com and type "question for the candidates" in the subject line.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.